Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello from Canada here, your
Host.
host for the business part, MK and Christina. Thanks for being here. Are you back from lunch?
Yes,
Hello,
and did you
hello.
have a good morning? We're so happy to be with you.
Thank you for being here. If you can write on the chat, where are you connecting from? Type your city to see how. From Arizona, from Seattle, Colorado, Montreal. Oh,
Oh,
Montreal.
Montréal.
Where?
Hello, Quebec.
Cambridge, Belgium, Germany. Oh my God.
Some people from Europe.
We're
That's
super
fun.
international today. I love it.
I think we want also to thank Eric for hosting the product part this morning. Thank you very much, Eric. Did an amazing job, and we're excited. Hey, Uncle Eric, we miss you here.
We hope we can be 10% as good as you. Only 10%.
We were so happy when Eric said yes to host that part because he's just the best at it.
Thank you. Okay, well, I hope you're ready because for the next 2 hours, we're going to pack in so much value that you're going to leave here buzzing with ideas and ready to take action.
We're going to talk about how to share foundational wellness so simply that anyone can do it, powerful strategies to crush your goals for the next quarter of the year, how to grow your doTERRA business without missing the moments that matters the most with your family, and how to turn happy customers into loyal ones who order every single month.
Please, we need that. So, guys, if you're ready to close the year stronger than you started it, you cannot miss a single minute of what's coming. So please, please, please stay with us, lean in, and let's make the rest of the year the best of the year. Before MK presents our next speaker, let's announce the winner of the stress testimonials. We have them here. So please, a round of applause for Lexi Wade and Sandy Pozernik. Sorry, Sandy. Sandy Pozernik for the testimonials. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing. And let's begin with the next speaker.
The next speaker. Oh, I think, did we have some testimonials to show? Katie?
When I was younger, my life was totally ruled by anxiety. And especially after I graduated high school, it was affecting my ability to go to college, to hold a job, and to serve my community in the ways that I was hoping to. So Adaptive was really instrumental for me in giving me the confidence and the clarity and the mood stability to be able to graduate from college, to be able to follow my dreams, and to do what I really wanted to do in life. Now, when my husband sees that I'm having a particularly moody or anxious day, his first question for me is always, have you taken your adaptive capsules? And if the answer is no, that's when we pull them out, we put it in the diffuser, and man, it does the trick every single time.
Hello, everyone. I am going to highly recommend the adaptive system in every home. I wouldn't say I have any anxiousness, but from my husband to my kids, I am surrounded, and I can literally tell when they don't take their adaptive soft gels. All I need to do is nudge them and say, have you taken your supplements yet today? How can you tell, Mom? Guess what? The adaptive system makes a huge difference. I love to have them in me, on me, and around me, and that's exactly what the system does. The supplements, the roller, and diffusing.
Congratulations, and thank you for sharing that. I so relate. Do you relate?
Yeah.
Okay, so my adaptive capsule is my lifesaver, but also my kids' lifesaver. I'm such a better mom with it. And when I don't take it, they actually let me know, hey, Mom, I think you forgot something this morning. It really takes the edge off, as Becca Nixon said one day in convention. So, ready to present our first guest. Our guest is Seth Resume, Presidential Diamond and Founder 2.0, who joined doTERRA after recognizing the generosity and long-term stability of its compensation plan. His passion for essential oils deepened after witnessing the devastating impact of pharmaceutical drug dependency on a friend's family. motivating him to share natural solutions. Today, Seth is committed to developing strong leadership and building lasting organizations, empowering others to create meaningful and sustainable success. Thank you so much, Seth, that just had a baby. Well, his wife, but he had a baby.
Again.
So congrats to be there today with us.
We don't know how many hours he slept yesterday.
Yes.
So
we'll be kind, okay?
Thank you, Seth. The mic is yours.
Yeah, in answer to your question, the sleep is very sporadic. It's just whenever whenever I can. But anyway, but it's an awesome privilege to be a dad, and I'm just so excited about my life right now, and also just what I want to share with you today. So I was asked to present on how to explain the compensation plan easily when it comes to foundational wellness. I teach a class every Tuesday evening, and on that class, I will go through the reason why someone would want to invest in their health. I talk about the three products in the foundational wellness bundle: the VMG, the E Omega Plus, and the PB Restore. I go into a lot of detail about why those products are powerful, and also I talk a lot about like the incredible need that our society has on it. And then once I do the price reveal, I talk about, the investment is $150 per month, 149. And then I just straight up at the end of this presentation, I'll say, now I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes justifying that price. And I talk about all kinds of things, and I would love to share with you some of the slides that I use for that, but unfortunately, the slides that are on this presentation aren't all here. So I'll go with what I have, but ultimately, when I talk about it, I talk about the fact that, did you know, for example, when you use the rewards program, if somebody were to just purchase the foundational wellness bundle, and they were to do that over the course of their first year, with them receiving the 10% of their purchases back in their first 3 months, and then every 3 consecutive months that they order that, it goes up another 5%. Well, in their first year, they would receive over $260 worth of rewards credits. But every year after that, if someone just purchased the foundational wellness bundle, did you know that they would receive $450 every year back in rewards dollars that they could go and spend at on anything that they wanted in doTERRA's product catalog and store? And when I was mentioning this, I said, hey, I mean, imagine going to like a grocery store, for example, and then you spend $100, and then the cashier gives you $30 and says, now go spend it on whatever you want. And the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes people look at the price of the foundational wellness bundle, and it's like $5 a day. And they think and it's like, but it actually isn't $5 a day, because you're getting back this $450 every year. That's almost $40 a month, by the way. $450 worth of rewards points that they can use to go and purchase other things. And so then I'm like, so what would you spend it on, right? Like if you spent this on other stuff, like what would you do? And I kind of go through the health pyramid and show them the other products that they could get. And then I'll say, but if that's not enough, let's see, how do I advance the slide here? I'm trying to advance it. Let's see. Yes, okay. But if that isn't enough, let me show you how you could pay for your product. So we have this pod, right? And if you were to enroll someone, let's say that you enrolled one person, and this one person was a product lover. They just loved the products. They got the foundational wellness bundle for them, and they got it for their spouse, and they decided to have a toxin-free home, and they love the oils, and they were to do that, and they were to purchase themselves 500 PV worth of product in a month. Your pod, once it hits that 500 pod volume, then doTERRA is going to send you $100 every month. How does that sound? And by the way, we all know that's true, these product lovers, I imagine the people here on this call are those product lovers. It's very difficult to keep our loyalty, our rewards orders below. Like if I keep it under 400, I'm pretty, I'm pretty happy with myself. However, it's difficult to do. And so it says to earn $100 a month with the new enhanced power of three. If a person found one product lover who purchased 500 in product volume and their pod was at 500, then that would work. But if that wasn't the case, well, they could. What if you got a couple, right? So you have a husband and wife here, and they bought two foundational wellness bundles, and the pod volume would go up. And then you were to introduce another couple, and this person, this couple, they bought a foundational wellness bundle for each the husband and the wife. That would get your pod volume to 500, and doTERRA would send you $100 every month. How does that sound? Isn't it? So in other words, that $150 that people may be worried about, that $149.50 about to get there to have your wellness taken care of and making sure that you're getting the stuff that you need. If you introduce two households, one product lover or two different households where both spouses were taking the full amount, then you're going to get $100 a month. And therefore you're going to get $50. So what would be your expense, right? Like if you got the $100 a month and you're spending $149.50, well, you're getting back 400 about $40 a month in free product credit. So it's almost nothing is my point. I mean, it's like, in other words, you can be healthy for nothing. Well, here's another scenario. Let's say that you found a couple, right? And that couple, they each purchased the foundational wellness bundle. And then you found another person and they just bought one foundational wellness bundle and another person that bought another foundational wellness bundle. As long as it gets to that 500 in pod volume, you get $100 every month. Now, it could look like this, or you could fill that pod with a number of people. Maybe it's 4 different people who are each only purchasing one foundational wellness bundle per month, and that's it. Then that works. You get the $100 per month. But if paying for your product isn't enough, and you would also like to pay some bills, well, let's say that we can help 3 of these people that are purchasing that foundational wellness bundle. What if they want to do the same thing? Let's take the person on the far left. If they were to find maybe 2 couples and those 2 couples, purchased the foundational wellness bundle and their pod got there, what if the person in the middle found that product lover I was describing? And the person on the right got a combination of that, right? Where they got, the 2 found it, it doesn't really matter. My point is whether it's 1 person, 2, 3, 10, as long as the pod volume reaches that 500, then you're going to get a check from doTERRA for $500 every month. This is the clear and simple path to 500. This is how someone can not just pay for their product, but also pay for some bills. And so that's how I explain it. When I'm explaining doTERRA's products and the rewards program, and I'm showing them that this is a no-brainer. Like this is an easy investment in your health. And if you're willing to share it just a little, even if you just found one product lover, you could get $100 to $500 back per month. All right. So that's it. That's what I got. I hope you found that helpful. And I'll turn the time over back to my partners here, MK and Christina.
That was fast said.
Good job.
Super on point. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's so important that, we learn like the simple strategy to earn our first $500. Thank you so much for putting that in a very, very simple way, Seth. Thank you. We love you. Okay, so let's get ready for our next speaker. She's a dear friend of mine. I love her so much. She's truly extraordinary. So Tatiana Timofieva is a doTERRA Presidential Diamond, a former brand director for one of the Fortune 500 companies, a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and a powerhouse social media influencer. So since 2020, she's been building her doTERRA business with laser focus on growing strong leaders. And today, She leads a thriving team across plus 50 countries, primarily in Russian-speaking communities. Her journey is a masterclass in vision, leadership, and unstoppable determination. And today, she's bringing all that experience to help you get crystal clear on your strategy for the last quarter of the year. She knows exactly what it takes to set big goals, stay laser focused, and create massive momentum before the year ends. And she's here to share that blueprint with you. So lean in, take notes, and let's give a warm, loud welcome to the amazing Tatiana Timofeva. Tatiana, my friend, the mic is yours. Are you there?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm here. Can you just help me to turn on my camera because it says that I can't do that. It was disabled by the host.
Oh, I don't know.
Try it
Let me
again.
see if I.
think it's, yeah, we can do that. It's, you have to turn it on yourself. We saw you at the beginning though.
Yeah. Okay. Let me rejoin then. I guess that would be best.
Okay.
You want to sing a song while we're waiting?
Yeah. Let's start my video.
let's
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I did something.
There
I
you
clicked
go.
on something. Awesome. Well, I'm
Thank
very
you,
excited.
friend.
Well, thank you for such a great introduction. I take it all. So yeah, that's me. Very excited to be here to teach you some of the things that help me and my team to actually get results. And honestly, take notes, write some stuff, because when you write things on paper, don't write it on your cell phone, write it on paper with a pen, because that actually gets into your brain and then you can actually act on it afterwards. So let's start with that. Let's start with the first slide. And then I actually have a full control of it, which is super cool. So how to build in the last quarter? Why do we want to build in the last quarter? Well, business, right? It's so important. It's the most joyful and profitable time of the year if you actually plan it. And that's a very important factor, because if you don't plan it, it's not the most profitable, enjoyable time of the year for you. You have to plan everything. Why Q4 is your power window? First of all, we know that there's a high demand for wellness. A lot of people are going through things like immunity support need. A lot of the things are happening with the holiday as well. There's a lot of stress happening too, because people have to prepare for so many little things. And there's so many family things going on and gatherings. So there's a lot of need for wellness. Like overeating is a big thing too over holidays. So there's so many different nuggets of the wellness thing that we do actually align during holiday. More emotions, more stress, greater need for natural solutions, holiday product launches that we have, limited edition oils, gift sets, all this excitement and urgency for people to buy. We also have BOGO usually. There's this Black Friday sale kind of drive and excitement from people. So that is a big one as well. And of course, with all the spend that people do, there's a big income season. People would love to earn money if you will allow them to have this opportunity. So great time to share not just the products. It's a great time to share the business. It's perfect time to find the business partners. People are also reflecting on their purpose. They're reflecting on their income. They're reflecting on what's going on their mission. So there's so many different things, right? Please take care of that season, because what you do in October through December will actually determining, and I guarantee it does. That's what it does for me for the last 5 years at doTERRA. Your growth and stability the next year. It determines your spring, the summer, right? This is what's going on. And it's not just about hitting December, right? Like strong. It's about actually planting the harvest for the next year. So think about that. All right. Enough about why. I think now you're all guys committed. So just text me there in the chat who actually is excited about the last quarter of the year. I want to hear. My strategy always starts with numbers and planning. This is what I learned in the corporate environment. If it's not planned, it's not happening. It's really, really important. I see the notes. They're very excited. Okay, awesome, Marie. Okay, this is awesome. Keep the momentum going. That's right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so goals. What do you do, right? So what do you do now? Like, what are the goals? Like, what are those numbers? Like, how can you even like do this? My dear friend, Christina Bedell, when we were just chatting about this presentation. She told me, she's like, well, there's this word I really love, and this is, I didn't know how to name it, but she has the name for it. It's called reverse engineering, okay? Meaning like you have to build from the goal backwards, okay? You have to connect the things. You can't just be like, oh, that's what I see a lot of people do, and then they don't reach success. They're like, oh, whatever happens this month happens. That's not the goal, right? The goal is when you know your main outcome and then you build then to that outcome backwards. What is your goal? Is it a rank advancement? Is it a power of 3? Is it developing a new leader, launching a new leader? 1, 2, 3 leaders? How many do you want? Do you want to stabilize your volume? Or do you actually want to hit new threshold in your income? Like, what is that income number you want? Like, how much money a month? That could be a goal as well. Example, right? If you want to be an elite, you like know that you need to have 3,000 PV volume overall. If you want to be the silver, you need to help 3 people to hit that elite. So it's 9,000. And you have that number in your head, not like in October 25, but like October 1. You're like, I need to hit 9,000 PV because I do want to build silver. What would it take me to do that? Gold, 15,000. If you want power of 3, and then you really realize, like you just analyze your information and you now, right, making 50 power of 3 and you want 250. And then you analyze and you realize that, well, if you have another 1,000 PV placed in the right places, right, and put all the customers in the right places, activating all that fire, you realize that you will actually hit it. So then why don't you start October 1 working on it? So pick your goal, own it, write it down, build your plan backwards from the number. Let's go. Next one is like, oh my God. Okay, this is gonna be a great slide. I'll just show you. Hold on. This is my friend, Mr. Yoda. Okay, I consult with him very often. He's my inspiration, truly. This is probably my favorite episode of any movie ever done, with the favorite wisdom advice that I've ever heard from anybody. Just listen to him, and he's like amazing. So hopefully it will play. Does it play? All right, let's see. I don't know how to play it, guys. Christina, it doesn't actually play. I don't know how to do that.
Try
Is that a
to
PDF or PowerPoint?
share your screen with the sound.
Okay. Okay, so let me, because I don't share anything, but let me quickly get my slide.
Exactly.
No.
Maybe sharing your own PDF.
Right, because mine is not a PDF, so mine is the PowerPoint.
Like
So
Canva?
there we go. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen quick.
Always with you, what cannot be done.
Oh, here we go. You hear it, right?
Hear you
Okay,
nothing
hold on.
that I say. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
Okay, hopefully everybody heard it. Did you guys hear it? Okay, so what's the main message here? There is no try. You whether do or you do not do it. Okay. Only do. Okay, that's awesome. Absolutely. I love this fire right there in the chat. I mean, there's like 99 comments over, so we don't even know how many of you wrote in there, but I just like that. This is such a good episode, okay? And it's not just the Star Wars Force. This is called life, okay? And this is how it works in reality. In reality, it works like that. Okay, so how do you do this? Then what is that like that you need to do without try? Just do it. Like you just do it. How do you do it? Do you remember school? At school you had a specific calendar. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And then you knew which subject or class you're gonna go to every week. Right? You know activities for your kids. Like you can't miss soccer at that time. You can't miss gymnastics or like music class, whatever. Like you know, there's a calendar. So then if you want to own doTERRA business as a CEO, you got to have a calendar. Whether it's and I'll show you 2 different options, whether you are just a sharer of doTERRA and you still want to do something, you still want to have a goal, maybe you just want to earn your first power of 3, or you want to have your first 2 enrollments this month, or whether you want to have this big goal of a gold or a silver or premier or diamond or presidential diamond, whatever goal you want to do. You have to have a tactical calendar. I highly recommend Excel or Google Sheets, but you can actually even have a calendar like mine right there. I'll show you on my wall right there. I have a calendar. See that one? Like there's a calendar. I got it on Amazon and you can just actually write on it, which is kind of nice. So I have this calendar, I have an Excel spreadsheet calendar, have a cell phone calendar, but have something visual. You can even just buy a little notebook at Target and then just like write some stuff in there. Okay. So just have something visual you can actually relate to. And the calendar has to be structured into 3 different categories, in my opinion. First of all, how do we build our business? First, we acquire new customers. Whether you are a sharer or you just, I mean, you're already with the big goals, you need to have new enrollments. You need to get new people in your structure. So then you have to retain these people in the structure, meaning like loyalty programs, motivating people to order or like consult with you. So they are not just a one-time person. And a third thing, which is very important, especially if you're building a team, you can't forget about team engagement, right? You need to lead the team to success as well, helping them to acquire new customers and retain those customers as well. Those are right there. You can just screenshot this. Basically, it's different activities that you can do right there that will help you to do what we're talking about. You can do social media ads planned in your calendar. You can have some classes online or offline in your calendar. Like they have to be there. If the class is not in your calendar, it's not happening. You can do vendor events. We'll talk about that a little more as well. You can do some sampling campaigns. You can do some giveaways and incentives, but it has to be planned. And we'll talk about it in like how it actually looks. Customer retention is very critical. It's not about just enrolling a person one time. Like how do you actually sustain that connection and communication with a customer? Do you have weekly education via text, email, or Instagram stories if you are on social media? I mean, a lot of people that I see sometimes like, well, I already posted about this on Monday, October 1. So they're not posting about it again. But like people don't see you all the time. So if you're on social media, you need to consistently be posting information. Do you have anything about rewards and LRP how-tos, like an exclusive perks to communicate it to your customers through any sort of chats or support groups or anything like that? It could be Telegram, WhatsApp, it could be different groups on like Facebook, but you have to engage with your people after you enroll them. Do you do wellness consultation with them? Is it on your calendar? Is it scheduled? Did you give people an opportunity to actually sign up for that wellness with you? Right? Or they have to like think about it, or they'll come back to you in half a year and then be like, hey, can I talk to somebody about my oils that I bought? Like, no, it has to be a structure. You can do different Zooms. For example, like immune support Zoom could be a great one during that season. Holiday prep classes, different spa classes, gifting with oils workshops. There's like all those different ideas you can do, but it has to be on the calendar as well. And then team engagements, like don't forget, if you are building team, of course, right? If you are just starting it by yourself, that is coming later, but still very valuable information. Do you do Zoom calls weekly, bi-weekly, or you don't have them at all? Well, if you don't have them at all, that's a problem. You got to have it on your calendar. It has to be literally a recurring meeting. Like every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time, I have a Zoom call. My team already know it. They like, I will wake them up at night. They know there's a Zoom call. Like it's happening for years. It's a tradition, right? Then you can also have a different calls for like different leaders. Like if you have Silver Plus leaders, you can have a separate call for them, or you can have a different calls for accountability chats for some of the people that are maybe struggling or actually going for a big goal. Like all those things, don't forget. Recognition and rewards. Like make sure you recognize people during that season. Somebody that just did the first enrollment, somebody that did the highest amount of enrollments in your team, somebody that had the highest PGV number, somebody that just hit 250 with a boost. Like just celebrate all those little wins in the chat, in your groups, on the Zoom calls, whatever you can. And then you can also plan some sprints and workshops. I mean, there's so many different things you can do, but again, it all comes down to like, is it on the list for you? And how would it look like? Okay, let's go see. I just made like a very basic screenshot of Excel spreadsheet, okay, for the part-timer and a full-timer at doTERRA. And you can put it on, of course, like little notes and with your markers and with different colors, how you like it, okay? But this is the visual example. If you're a part-timer, Imagine this is 3 categories: new customers, existing customers, and builders. Let's say you don't have a builder, you're just part-time, or maybe you're just a sharer. You just want to share doTERRA with your friends and neighbors and family. So if you want to do something, if you do want to get success, whether it's a class or a coffee with your friend, like just plan it. Plan it to meet and talk about it. Bring the case of oils with you, a little baggie of oils, whatever you do, like whatever you do, however makes you comfortable to share doTERRA. But it has to be intentional and it has to be planned. If you do have those existing customers, let's say your friend signed up with you, then offer them a wellness consultation. Do that as well and put it on your calendar, and then just agree on the time, specific time. Put it aside. Make the time for doTERRA if you do want to share it. Maybe eventually from a part-timer, you would be like, oh my God, I really love doing this. And I kind of want to do this full-timer opportunity. I want to have like builders. I want to have like more stuff going on. So for the new customers, like all of the stuff we just talked about, right? You put it on a calendar. So social media posts, like if you're on social media, it doesn't matter if you have 100 followers or 70,000 followers, doesn't matter, right? If you have followers, 100 people is actually a lot of people. Put them in a room and see how many. It's like, I mean, I don't know if I can fit 100 people in my living room, right? It's a lot of people. Don't underestimate the amount of people. You need to plan the posts. Two times a week, 3 times a week, 1 time a week, 5 times a week. And even if you don't feel an inspiration to do it, inspiration will follow. So you have to do it. Like it has to be planned. And kind of giving you a little bit of excitement, I'm actually going to give you a whole shebang of how to like plan posts and like find ideas, because a lot of people are saying, well, what do I do? What do I write about? Like I'm going to give you an AI super easy tool how to actually come up with ideas. Super cool. So then if you do stories on Instagram, honestly, I think the more consistently you post about doTERRA, or like how you use it, or like how your kids use it, or how you just mix your vitamins or something in the morning, the better the outcome is going to be. Do not expect of posting one piece of content and people like literally buying it from you. I mean, literally, we know that the water shapes the rock. There should be water every day. It has to be rock, has to be shaped. You can't just shape a rock over one time, right? So stories, use stories as this instrument. You don't feel like posting stories every day? Well, then post them every other day, or like post them 2 days in a row and then have a break. But do more of it, and it has to be on a calendar. If you don't have it on a calendar, you don't do it. If you have it on a calendar, you're like in the morning, oh my God, I don't feel like posting a story. I have to do it. Let's show how I do collagen in the morning, right? Do that kind of stuff. Classes, same thing. If it's on a calendar, you'll have an opportunity and also inspiration to invite people to it. You have a class. Like I have one of my brilliant wellness advocate that lives in my native city in Russia, and she's a gold rank, and she has a standing class every Thursday. Like I don't know how many years in a row she already had it, but like for 2 years, for 3 years, for sure. And even if nobody shows up, she still has a class like on her calendar. But it actually motivates her and her team to invite to that class because it's on the calendar in the same place. So have that plan as well. Vendor events. If you have vendor event, like search for them, put it on the calendar. That's what's going to happen. Existing customers, how you can communicate with them. You can send them emails. You can send them text messages, right? On October 1st, you send them an email about what's happening, what kind of promos are going on, right? What specials are happening. Maybe you can send them recipes every 2 weeks about seasonal stuff that would be helpful for them. You can also do extra Zoom class and education of those existing customers. It has to be planned as well, so people can know, like, and plan it in their calendar. Like, again, when your calendar determines other people's calendar too. And then wellness consultation. Like maybe you have 2 days a week for wellness, and then you put it on this super awesome app called Calendly app. Calendly app, it's called. It's free to use. You don't have to pay for it. You can get a paid version with features, but it's free to use, and you send people your schedule, and then your friend Mary can literally go and pick a time that works for you and works for her without you communicating back and forth like, oh, does this time work? Does this time doesn't work? And literally professionally schedule a meeting with you with a Zoom link right away. Okay, so that is also an awesome planning. So then you expect to be like every Wednesday I'm doing wellness, and that's what my day is from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. That's my wellness time. So then builders, Zoom calls, educational materials, private coaching, all that kind of stuff. If you put it in there, You can do the same thing on the Calendly. Like Tuesday is my day for my team. I like gonna call all my frontline leaders, all my second line leaders, and I'm gonna check in with them what's going on. Right? So this is how you plan your work. Okay, awesome. Great comments, guys. Okay, so this is a resource that is completely free for you. And since we talked about classes so much, and it looks like we require a lot of classes, whether you're doing a class for new people or you are literally doing a class for your people who already enrolled, doTERRA has this awesome platform called DMK. I know not everybody knows how to navigate it, but it's actually not that difficult. If you go through your computer or cell phone, I highly recommend to use a desktop for it. It's like super easy. They have a library, and then the folder is called education. In that education folder, there is a folder called class materials. So when you scan this QR code, you will directly go to that site. And on that site, you'll have introductory classes PowerPoint already made for you. You don't have to make anything, okay? It's already made for you. There's like some really awesome brochures that you can print, and you can print them two-sided, and then you can give it to people during the class. Super awesome handouts, natural solutions class, essential oils, like in a simple way, like amazing, okay? So just go there, download some stuff. It says not working. Okay, well, we'll send you a link as well, but it's on DMK. So basically you go to DMK, education, class materials, and then maybe, oh, here we go. Rachel already sent a link in there. This is awesome. Thank you so much. So it's a direct link there. This is where you go. Okay, next slide. Does it work? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, so next thing I wanted to talk to you about is this awesome opportunity in the fall season and the winter season called vendor events. And that's where a lot of people feel themselves really empowered because you kind of really feel that you actually work for doTERRA and you work with the oils because you have a present, like physical present, versus like sitting in the house. You have a table, like you're serious about it. You have a business card, you have like a stand with oil, so you feel really cool about this. So there are a list of different vendor events that I wanted to give you here. Again, this is just a scratch in the surface, but how do you actually find those? There's tons of health and wellness events like wellness expos, health fairs, natural living, yoga festivals, like women wellness retreats. Like there's so many, right? And I'll tell you the next slide how to find them. Okay, but this is just a list, so screenshot it for you. Mom and family events, mom, baby, like parenting expos, like all those things. School, right? Getting ready for school, preschool stuff. Farmer markets, you got to check the rules because not all the farmer markets allow a resale of a brand, but you might have something unique for yourself. Like if you're selling a soap and then you have doTERRA, that might work. Also, like gym pop-ups, partnerships, things like that. Fitness events, open houses and wellness, yoga studios, dance events, things like that. There's spiritual energy events like Reiki, meditation, crystal, conferences. Like there's so many. Holiday markets are big in that time too, like fairs, like schools, church usually have a lot of events as well, and others like art and gift crafts, right? So look at those, and also don't miss an opportunity to do not like just the vendor events, but also business networking events. So I wrote there women in business, where female founders and like mompreneurs just meet up, and then you have an opportunity to do what? Meet new people that you can share business with, which is kind of cool. Oh, somebody wrote there chiropractic events. Exactly. Real estate open house. Exactly. See, you guys are like giving amazing ideas. So if you have more ideas, write them there in the chat. I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit. I mean, there are car shows, boat shows, like so many different things you can participate. So how do you search for those events? This is like the question that I've been asked for so many times. Literally, guys, like super easy. You can go to Google, right? And then you can write things like vendor events near me, wellness, holistic health fair 2025, natural living expo in Orlando, mom's market vendor application, yoga event opportunity in Minneapolis, right? Like holiday pop-up vendor events in Columbus, Ohio. Literally just like ask internet, okay? The other awesome way to look for them is Eventbrite website. They do already list some of the little pop-ups and things like that. Literally, you can even see like holiday shows at my church or like some other places, right? Like you can look at like smaller things. Go to Facebook events and then search events in your town and you'll find a ton of different things. Like one of the latest ones I've seen was like uh, Bark in the Park. It's about dogs in the park, right? This is kind of interesting if you're a veterinarian or like you know anything about pets and like and oils. Awesome. That could be a great one. Local community centers, you can go to your local community center and like just get their brochure and talk to their manager and ask them like, hey, what are you guys planning this season? Like, is there anything where I can participate? So talk to people as well. Local business groups and chamber of commerce are pretty big, so check those out as well. But it starts with the search, so you gotta be intentional, right? You have a goal to do it, go search for it, you'll find it. Okay. Next one. Okay. All right. I don't know if you guys are like, is the ChatGPT your best friend or the foe? I don't know. Definitely one of my best friends lately. I feel like I'm like consulting with ChatGPT about everything nowadays. My husband is already laughing at me. He's like, "Oh, did you ask ChatGPT about it?" It's like kind of funny, but I don't know. Is it your friend, best friends? Okay, okay, all right. I have. Okay, this is awesome. I'm looking at the comments. Yes, yes. Okay. It's kind of like you lived without it before. Now, like I can't live without it. Like what's going on, right? I mean, it's free. So we're gonna learn right now of how to use ChatGPT to create a relevant product offering and better, which actually gonna give you a better conversion. Why? Because when you are relevant in the season, people are actually more acceptable to what you're talking about. So use seasonality to your advantage. I literally asked ChatGPT. I was like, okay, what are the topics for like October, November, and December when it comes to doTERRA essential oils? Like this is what I wrote, right? And this is what I got. October, immunity, full comfort, cleaning. Okay. November, gratitude, gifting, emotional health, year-end BOGOs. December, holiday prep, travel, support, special promos. Okay, so now I have my calendar. Remember we talked about calendar, social media posts and like stories or like classes or like Zoom classes for your customers. Now I have a whole list of ideas for October, whole list of ideas for November, and a whole list of ideas for December. And now I need to like actually act on it and like create content for this specific idea. How does GPT or Google actually vet this all together and summarize this all together? Well, they're just looking at what people are searching in that time of the year. It means that the search requests of like immunity in October are pretty high in comparison with July. Okay. So then you can build offers, all like enrollment links, special packet. Like you don't have to sell all the same kits all year round. You can create an immunity set for October, or give gifting set for November, or gratitude set for November, or Christmas set for December, right? Like you can create different link generator, right? Links, and then you can also then create pictures of putting all those things together in like Canva and some other apps. Okay, so build offers around what people are searching for and what their emotions and problems are each month. Next one is like, I'm just showing you how it works. Look, this is how I asked ChatGPT. I just want to show you how easy it is. Okay, if ChatGPT is not yet your best friend, please make him at least a friend or maybe like somebody you know. So it's not like a completely foe or a stranger. Just learn how to work with it. Okay, it's not gonna like build a business for you, but it's gonna give you tons of ideas that then you can build the business with. So this is what I asked. This is the prompt I asked. Top topics during October for doTERRA essential oil sales. That's it. Okay. And now I got all that. I was like, oh my God, I got so many post ideas for like Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Look, or like literally look at it. Immune support, back to school, right? Seasonal threats. What kind of items to promote even right? Like On Guard, Breathe, Oregano, flu bomb kits. Okay, great. Fallen emotions, adaptive balance. Oh, makes sense. Okay, sleep and focus for kids and adults makes sense. Fall diffuser blends, amazing. Then you can go deeper and be like, hey, recommend me some highly thought after fall diffuser blends from doTERRA. Like, what can I mix? Like, go deeper. You can literally like go deeper into that rabbit hole with this. Then holiday prep and gift ideas, and then women hormonal balance, kind of big. I mean, I wouldn't think about it, but look at that. This is awesome. So next slide. is more stuff. This is, screenshot this, okay? This is Chat GPT prompts, which I asked Chat GPT, which is kind of funny, right? Like I didn't write those prompts. Chat GPT wrote it for me. I asked like, what would be the top prompts for a wellness advocate to ask Chat GPT to build in the last quarter? Okay, then you can just share it with your team. You can have a whole Zoom meeting with your team about it. Right? Okay. Create 10 Instagram like prompts. What prompts means? It means what do you ask ChatGPT to get what you need. So for example, you can ask, create 10 Instagram post ideas for promoting On Guard in October. Pretty cool. Because the more you talk about On Guard, the more people will understand this is what the water shapes the rock, right? We need to like talk about it multiple times. In fact, in general marketing, when I worked in a big advertising company on a big TV with $1 million budgets, we at least had frequency 6 to 8 a month. A person has to see a commercial at least 8 times to make a decision to buy. Okay. The same thing here. We know we need to at least have 5 to 8 touches with a person for them to even like start thinking and deciding to buy. Right? It's not the one touch. Then you can do like a sales and offer prompts, like help me to create Q4 promotion using roller blends as a holiday gift, for example, like different things like kits and ideas, right? Create urgency copy for 48-hour oil gift set flash sale. Pretty cool. Like sometimes we don't know how to close the sale. ChatGPT can give you an idea as how to verbally write that so you feel comfortable, right? And then you can of course have your own touch and things like that. So I am done with my presentation. I hope there was a lot of ideas for you guys with like classes and vendor events and the ChatGPT stuff and things like that in the calendar. I just want to end with this quote. Again, I'm in a Star Wars. It's kind of funny. I've been watching Star Wars this whole summer with my kids, so I guess you gotta handle this with me here. Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I think is the best Jedi of all the time, says this: in my experience, there is no thing such luck, right? Like there's no such thing as luck. You gotta plan it. You're not lucky. You are planning it, okay? And if somebody told you that you had luck, they don't understand what you did, okay? And then luck happens to people who prepare vigorously and work tirelessly. That's what happens to you. There is no such thing as an overnight success. It's power of little steps. And that power of little steps is on your calendar. So plan it, own it, and close the end of the year. Fantastic. So thank you so much for an opportunity to actually present to you guys. Hopefully it was really helpful. And I can't wait to see all of you grow.
Thank you so much, Tatiana.
No, you're the best. Thank you so much, my friend.
It was amazing. Please read all the comments because it was pretty positive. I'm so happy. And did you have any luck in your business? Or did you just work it out?
Not at all. My husband always says, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Exactly. And this is exactly what Tatiana just mentioned. And there's one thing I would add is I always teach my teams little action, little results. But if you want massive results, then you have to do massive actions. And obviously the planning is, you need to plan the actions. You need to put it in the calendar. Otherwise, well, nothing is going to happen.
Totally.
And some people need 3 hours to do what some people would need in 30 hours because they are not planned. So it is, thank you for sharing great tips. Our next speaker and I
is the one with the best haircut in the
Oh man, she's so amazing. She's so sexy. I'm jealous of her haircut. Clearly we don't have that style. But also, you know what she beated me at? Plus of the haircut, she had one more baby than me.
This is a competition.
And you
go for the next one.
You were not supposed to beat me. We were supposed to stop at the same time. So
that was my plan too. So I'm just
I know.
Someone, Tatiana, someone that is a presidential diamond that don't plan everything in life.
And then it happened. Same to me, the last 2 ones. So Bailey and I share a lot, and she's a mother of 6. And she's a homeschooling mom, wellness mentor, and your go-to girl for building a doTERRA business. she is the master of teaching you how to make your business fit your life and not the other way around. So when we were planning on who that we need for this foundation workshop, we thought about Bailey because she knows, and now she's the master at planning her schedule with her kids, like to work all the things so they can work out
without sacrificing
your
the
family.
important things.
And we all know that we all have chaos in our heads, and so does she, but she's going to teach you in this presentation. After traveling the world with all of her kids, she's been to India, she's been to South Africa, but
So
now
great.
she's back in the States. And she's bringing the fire to this presentation, the perspective and the systems that will help you keep it all together while raising your kids, right? So thank you very much, Bailey, for accepting to present us, and we're gonna take notes.
Thank you, Bailey. The mic is yours.
Awesome. All right, you guys, welcome everyone. I am super excited to be here. Today, we are diving into how to build a successful business without losing yourself, your sanity, or your family rhythm. You are going to leave this session with practical tools and renewed peace of mind, or hope for peace of mind. All right. I want to start off by sharing a bit of my story because you can probably guess from 6 kids, I get it. I get the overwhelm. I get it all. And I started this business at home with 3 kids, 3 and under, in the middle of nap schedules, diapers, chaos. There were moments I felt like I couldn't do both, but building something meaningful and being present with my babies was still a priority for me. But I kept showing up in the margins of my day. If you've never heard that term, you're going to love it, right? Nap time was a margin for me where I could squeeze it in. Early mornings, 15-minute windows between a meltdown. Late nights, I was fine with, right? I learned to stop waiting for perfect conditions and instead leaned into what is possible with the time and energy I had. And LLV helped the energy for sure, right? 2 years ago, we moved across the world to grow a doTERRA team. First to India, yes. Whoever guessed this is holy, right? That was an incredible experience. And then to South Africa. But it would have been really easy to think, I can't possibly dream that big moving across the world because of my family. But instead, I shifted my mindset to, I can't possibly not take this opportunity with my family. They weren't holding me back. They were the reason I was jumping at this opportunity. I built the business around our rhythms, not in spite of them. I choose to view my family not as a limitation, but as the reason for working really freaking hard. They became my why, and I built my business around our lives. You don't have to choose between being a great mom and a great leader, all right? So let's dive in. Try to keep my slides in line here for you. Oops. All right, you're not lazy, you're overloaded. All right, we know real life, mom life and business life is a lot. There's mom guilt, there's decision fatigue, there's constant interruptions. If you felt pulled in 100 directions, you are not alone. Running a business while raising a family is no joke. It takes strategy, mindset, grace. And today we're going to unpack that together. But I would love to know first, let me ask you this. Have you ever ended the day feeling like you were busy all day but got nothing done for your doTERRA business? Drop the word yes in the chat if you have thought that in the last couple of weeks. All right, cool. So we're not alone. Perfect. That tension is real and it's valid, but there's a way that doesn't require sacrificing the people you love or the vision you hold. And that's what I want to show you today. I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't have to choose. You can be a present, nurturing, loving mom and a confident, impactful leader. Those 2 roles are not in conflict. They can actually fuel one another. But the truth that nobody tells you, it won't be hustle that makes it happen. It will be peace and planning. Peace gives you clarity. It makes space for joy. It allows you to stay consistent in your business without sacrificing your presence at home. And I want you to hold on to this. Your business grows at the speed of your peace, not your pressure. If you're always anxious, overwhelmed, overworked, it doesn't matter how good your strategy is. But when you lead from a grounded place with a system and a purpose, you can build something that lasts. So breathe, simplify, anchor yourself in peace. This is where your momentum lives. And get used to B- work. You guys have heard me say this for years on these webinars. A+ is not needed to kill this in doTERRA. B- work will be just as good for your customers, your potential customers, everybody. All right, so let's dive in. I want to show you how to rock one system that can bring you so much peace when it comes to getting it all done and removing the overwhelm of motherhood. Raise your hands in front of your camera if you constantly, oh, I can't see your guys' cameras, can I? All right, drop the word me in the chat. If you constantly feel overwhelmed with a to-do list a mile long and it never seems to get done. If you've got like 87 sticky notes, you better write the word me because that is the definition, right? You see, most women think they're overwhelmed because they don't have enough time. I bet if I asked 10 of you right now, 9 of you would simply say you don't have enough time. But the truth, overwhelm isn't about time, it's about systems. And I'm going to prove that to you right now. Time is not the problem. The lack of a clear system and plan is. I have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. So does every woman on Instagram who thinks they have it all together. The difference, some of us work off a system, some of us work off chaos. All right. If you are working off of mental tabs and to-do lists and you forget things before you finish them, that is not a system. Let me introduce you to the tool I use every single week, the thing that saves my brain, my calendar, and my peace. As a homeschooling, full-time work from home mom of 6. What is this thing that took me from chaos to confidence and getting it all done? Time blocking. Now, before you step away from this computer, hear me out. Before you're like, this is crap, I have tried this time blocking stuff, it stresses me out, it never works. Hold on. I want you to listen. I thought the same thing until I learned to make one adjustment. And here's how this system works really, really well without perfection. Once a week, usually on Friday nights, because I'm over 40 and my life is not that cool, I sit down and I plan my next week out by making adjustments. So grab your pen. I'm going to show you how this works. Step 1, you're going to block the big stuff. I make a list pretty much one time only of non-negotiables that need done. Workouts, work time, business time, meal planning, grocery shopping, weekly planning with husband, date night, homeschool, whatever it is. This becomes my skeleton. This pretty much needs done once because these things don't really change. All right. Next, I assign specific times to that list. And you pretty much, again, do this once and done. And I add in any appointments that are specific to that week if they're not already on my calendar. So I might take workouts and I might say, I like at night when the kids are in bed. I might say 8 to 9 p.m., 4 days a week, workout. Okay. So take the non-negotiables, assign a time. I suggest you do this with Google Calendar. I suggest you make them color coded, red for kids, yellow for meals, etc. And if you're like me, I really love me a good 10-minute notification on each event so I get a gentle ding when I need to be moving on. All right. So this is a very simple morning of what it could look like. You can see there's a block for breakfast, a block for school, business, church, work, errands, calls I need to be on. These are my pretty stable weekly morning blocks. All right, drop the word blocks in the chat if you're like, okay, I can handle step 1 and 2. I find my most important things. I find a time on my calendar. All right. All right. Manetta's got it. Gwen's got it. I love it. Jill's got it. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So then you can see this is all good. But once I have my blocks in, the key is that I am not tied down. All right. So watch what happens to this. Every Friday night, I sit down with Matt and we drag and drop the blocks to fit our life. Are you ready for this? See if it starts on its own or if I got to click it. Does somebody on doTERRA's Zen have to click for my video to start? Maybe. I can only advance slides. Are you able to start the video?
I think that maybe you have to share your own presentation, not the one that is here, but
No stress, no big deal. I'll tell you what it does. It's not that fancy. Do you see in the middle of Monday, I have a workout at the same time as a call. All I simply do is grab that blue workout. I can't change the call. It's not my call. I grab that blue workout and I'm going to drag it down later that night where I have open space. That is the magic. So everything can fit even when you think it can't. All right. So I sit down with my husband and we drag things. Dentist appointment during my workout, no big deal. Drag the workout. It doesn't just get to be skipped, right? Tatiana was talking about planning. If you have time on here for prospecting or customer follow-up, etc., you don't just skip it because you've got a kid's concert. You drag it to a new spot. All right. That is the magic. Then I brain dump. I make a list on paper of everything swirling in my brain that needs done that isn't one of the main blocks. Maybe a specific errand, maybe a project around the house, maybe an appointment I need to make. I get it all out. So your step 3 is simply to brain dump. I need to call the vet. I need to return a shirt. I need to make dentist appointments. I need to order my dad's birthday gift, etc., etc. Whatever needs done, you're simply making a list on paper. Okay. First, the list of what has to get done. Second, find times in your calendar and drag around if things overlap. Third, make a brain dump to-do list. Then, once you do that, I take that brain dump list and I simply put a star next to the things that have to get done this week or the things that will make me feel the best to get done. And I put them into a space on my calendar. There is no such thing as to-do lists in my world. It gets on the calendar, okay? I don't have sticky notes. I don't have any of this. It goes on my calendar. If it cannot get done this week because I simply can't fit it in my calendar, I will go to next week and make the list of what's left there. So when I get to that week, I can see where it can fit. All right. So now you'll see this is how my calendar normally looks. And then this is what happens when I add my to-dos. So now I have time to return the shirt, time to call for the vet, time to make the dentist appointment, etc., etc. So now the most important things have fit in the open spaces after my to-do list fits in the open spaces after the most important things get their spot. All right. Finally, I'm like, I used to be a teacher. I still teach my own kids. I love me some visual tools. So I will take my Google Calendar and I will put it into a wall calendar so that my kids can see what's going on. And really, let's be real, so I can cross some crap off as I get it done because I love me a good cross out. All right. So I can walk through the kitchen and quickly see what is on the list today, what times are things at, just a general idea as I go through the kitchen multiple times a day to see what needs done when I'm keeping track, in case my phone isn't near me and dinging at me, etc. Do you have to do this? No. Are you probably like me and love a good cross out? I think so. All right. So the next piece of this conversation is, what are you going to do with your time? You cannot just say 1 to 3 doTERRA time. You need to use your time well. You've got to think about those IPAs and that are going to move your business forward. Keep a copy on your desk or your phone. So when you sit down, you go to the list. So if you have a block on there that says 1 to 3 doTERRA, inside that block, you can add notes on Google Calendar. Please put a list of what you need to do. In the chat right now, I would love for you guys to start dropping a few short words of things that would actually move your business forward. Income producing, if you were to go get it done in the next few weeks. Drop those in the chat. Is it follow up with prospects? Is it invite to a class? Is it post a story with a call to action on your social media? Is it a sample you want to hand out? Is it customer support? Is it onboarding new builder? Is it checking in with builders? Is it planning a team call? What are the things? Reconnect. I love it. Phone calls, make a class, post a story with a call to action, prepare for class. Yes. Invite to classes. I love it. Income producing. Yes, absolutely. Reaching out. You got it. Wellness consults, create samples. Yes, absolutely. All right. So inside that block on your calendar is your to-do list. Dear God, do not have your work time come up and then spin out on me because you don't know what to do. You're going to go to that to-do list inside the calendar and you're just going to start going. All right. I love doing this thing that I don't want to do the most first. That gives me the confidence to keep going. All right. So, something to think about. This quote is everything. And thank you for whoever just changed it for me. As moms and leaders, we often wear so many hats. We convince ourselves we have to do it all to be successful. But the truth is, doing it all isn't the goal. Doing what matters most consistently and with intention is where the magic happens. This mindset helps you release the pressure of perfection. It reminds you to focus on the handful of things that really create impact, like connecting with your people, following up, sharing your story, being present with your family. When you focus on what matters most, you will find peace, more results, and more joy in both your home and your business. One of the most powerful shifts I made in my business was realizing I didn't need to separate my family from my work. I could bring them into the mission. Let your kids help make samples or decorate thank you notes. They feel included. It teaches them what entrepreneurship really takes. Talk to them about goals at the dinner table like you would if you were training a team. You'll be surprised how much encouragement and accountability your family will provide. Understand what you're working toward. And most importantly, protect your sacred time. Whether it's dinner, bedtime, weekend, we take family Fridays. Those boundaries help your business and your family thrive. When your people know they matter most, they'll support the mission right alongside of you. Your family won't remember if your schedule was perfect, but they will remember how you showed up with peace and joy and purpose. This is legacy work, not a race. It is a reminder that your family deserves the best version of you, not the leftover, stressed out, crazy, chaotic oil lady. It's okay if your growth feels slow. Growth at your pace is still growth. In fact, it's often more sustainable and aligned. And in the process, you're showing your kids what healthy leadership looks like. You're modeling boundaries, intention, purpose, and work ethic. This is not your excuse to not work. It is your permission to work with boundaries and purpose. Your family is learning that success doesn't have to come at the cost of burnout and that you can build something meaningful while still having joy. Remember, you don't have to burn out to build. You can thrive in both your home and your business, and that is the legacy your kids will carry forward. So let's end with a few action steps you can implement immediately. First, get your schedule blocked off. Follow the 4 steps I showed you, and don't just block time, block what you'll do in that time. Protect that space like an appointment. Make sure your IPA list is part of your block. Don't sit down and wonder what to do. Get straight into those income producing activities. What's one commitment you can make from today's session? Drop it in the chat, all right? What is your commitment to yourself right now? And I want to leave you with this. You're not behind. You're building something beautiful. You will not know how to do it all right. Just keep going. You can do this in a way that honors your family, your purpose, and your peace. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do what matters most consistently. When you focus on alignment over hustle, you'll grow a business that lasts and a legacy you can be so stinking proud of. Let your kids be your purpose. Let the other moms who desperately need what you have be your inspiration. And let your goals be your reminder that you were made for more without sacrificing what matters most. Thank you for showing up today, not just for your business, but for yourself and your family. I'm cheering you guys on as you lead with intention, courage, and grace. I can't wait to see so many of you at convention.
Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you, Bailey.
We love it. And I love that you talk about consistency, because sometimes we feel that we need to do everything perfect. But no, we just need to do small things in a consistent way. And we should be recognized for that in doTERRA, right?
Absolutely.
Consistency, it's a great value. Thank you so much, Bailey, for everything you taught us today.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to introduce our last speaker, my dear friend, Michelle Weaver. I'm so excited to introduce her. She's a Presidential Diamond and US Founder 2.0 with doTERRA. She's passionate about helping others discover the life-changing power of our products and the incredible business opportunity we have to offer. Together with her husband, David, She has built a thriving community rooted in education, connection, and natural solutions, a community that serves both locally and globally through powerful Healing Hands projects. Today, Michelle is here to help us unlock one of the most important keys to long-term success in your business. Guess what? Keep customers for life. How to encourage monthly orders. She's going to show you how to inspire loyalty, deepen trust, and create customers who stay with you for years. Do you want that?
I absolutely want
I
that
want
for
that.
everyone.
I want to learn how to do that. So get ready to learn from the best. Please welcome Michelle Weaver. Thank you, my friend. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much. It has been so inspiring to be here. I don't know about all of you guys. I know that this has been a long call. So grab your favorite oil, put a couple drops in your hand. I just did this. Take a deep breath, maybe some supermint or whatever is your favorite. And I'm excited to share with you guys how to effectively keep customers for a lifetime by authentically loving them. And I want to start off this call by saying these are not all original with me, but a lot of these come from our whole entire team as we work together, sharing with each other, inspiring each other, sharing what works, and sometimes sharing what doesn't work so we can help each other figure it out. So, I'm excited as we dive in here. I'm going to talk about 6 main ways that I love and our team really supports customer retention. And some of that can be onboarding with care, continued education, and just sharing value for our customers, consistent one on one check ins, rewards, and thank yous, giving them a community and belonging, and always keeping it fresh and fun. And just as Bailey had shared with us how we fill up our calendar with all these income producing activities or the IPAs, these are some of those that you can fill your calendar up with, whether they are a new customer that just recently got started, or maybe it's someone in your organization, someone that you enrolled 6 months ago, or a year ago, or 2 years ago. Engage with them, help them, maybe walk them through some of these processes again, and engage with them to help them become those lifetime customers. One thing that I've been doing is trying to go back and just have, which we'll talk about this, some of those one-on-one check-ins, asking how they're doing, asking how their friends are, or their children, asking if they're ready to go back to school. And what's really great is having some of those after having conversation with them, hearing from them. It's much easier once you have that relationship to get them back on LRP, to help them renew their account, to help them use their products. And so personalization always wins. Yes, we always have like mass emails or group messages that we send out when it's BOGOs or whatever it might be, but those personal connections are what always makes a huge difference. So let's jump in here. And let's talk about onboarding with care, because enrollment is only the first step, and that is when the real work actually starts. So for me, here are some things that I love to do. I love to send out personalized welcome messages or even just a short video clip, making sure that they know that I saw their order and I'm so grateful to have them here. Give them that instant thank you for signing up and reach out to them when they sign up. Offer to do a wellness consult and help them unbox their products. I know that this is something that Tim Crane, one of our top earners for the incentive trip, he does amazing at this because he always says, don't open the box until we can sit down and chat. And then he walks them through the exact process of how to use their oils, how to use their MetaPower, their VMG, whatever it is, and gives them tips on using it. And this can be so powerful. I think this is really important. I just heard a story from Anne Calhoun. She said that she bought her essential oils 12 years ago and she first used her essential oils 11 years ago. And this is something that we definitely don't want our customers to do. We don't want them to buy the products and put them in a space where they never use them. So make sure that you're talking with them and helping them as they unbox and use their oils and products right when they come. gifts and sending them a small welcome gift, maybe like an oil usage guide or some roller bottles, giving them the tools to use their oils and products can be very helpful. And as we all know, we all get junk mail in the mail every day, right? And so send even just a little handwritten note to them, welcoming them with maybe some oil recipes. Have that personalized connection. And no matter what you do in this whole process, it's really important that you plug them in by inviting them to the proper groups, pages, communities, wherever it is that they can stay connected. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more because this is so important to make sure that they have that connection with other oil users to know how to use their oils and products. Now, I know that Tatiana talked a little bit about continued education, and this is so important to make sure that they have know the value of their products, that they know how to use their products. She was talking about how she uses AI to figure out what it is that people are looking at during this season. With back to school, immunity is a huge, huge topic. Some of our favorite topics, we do this as a collective team. So if you're not part of a weekly continued education, reach out to some uplines or some crosslines to see what you guys can offer. Some of our favorites are Day in the Life, just showing how we use different products, maybe different swaps in our homes. Testimony Tuesday is also so powerful. We open up the call for our customers to be able to share their testimonies and how they use the oils and products. And that is honestly one of my favorites, is seeing how these products have changed lives. It helps me and encourages me to go out and share even more. And like Tatiana mentioned, holiday shopping made easy. We have great holiday products coming up this year at the end of the year. And so make sure that they know about them. But I think that it's important for each call that we're introducing foundational wellness. We're introducing maybe some simple DIYs and recipes and protocols, oil hacks, how they can use their oils and products on a daily basis. And then each call should end with the perks of the reward system, just like Seth Resume showed how you can get over $400 in free product credit back each year. We need to be sharing this. Like, we need to be telling our customers how they can get those rewards points back. And as always, sharing the business opportunity with them. Every single customer that you're talking with should know these business opportunities and how they can earn the $500 back, or even just their $50 bonus with the boost along with it when they share their oils and products. Here is where it might take a lot of time. It might be very time consuming for you to have consistent one-on-one check-ins, but this is where you really show your customers that you truly care. You are showing them that it's not just about the sale, but about their wellness journey. I love to send voice messages over WhatsApp or Telegram. If you can put it in your schedule to do 30, 60, 90-day check-ins with them after they enroll, that is a great way to see how they're loving their oils and products and how it's progressing, helping them to make sure they have the rewards orders done, seeing if they have any questions with that. I always love to ask them what's working, or maybe ask them what they're curious about, what they have on their wish list, in their cart, just to see what I can recommend best for them in their health journey. It's not necessarily about recommending all the sale products. Well, that's a great way for them to try new products and to just get a great deal, but make sure that you're tailoring their needs to them specifically. I also love to do rewards and thank you gifts. We have so many different options like online resources. You can offer a personalized consult if you are maybe a nutritionist, or maybe you are an essential oil specialist. And you can also give them the ebooks that doTERRA has to offer. We have so many. So it's not like you always have to invest money. However, if you want to, I love some of these tools. For instance, just some roller bottles or glass spray bottles so that they can use to create blends in their home. If you are helping them get on the MetaPower or the VMG, throw in one of these little hand whisks when they place their following order of 100 PV, their first rewards order. These are some great incentives to help them get on LRP. We also know that doTERRA sends out great samples for them to try, and doTERRA has a really great system of rewarding our customers. I also love sending out maybe little storage containers because this, or little oil racks for them to store their oils in. Because this gives them not only is it aesthetically pleasing, it's a great conversation starter, but it really helps them to keep their oils out of the box they came in and on their countertop or on their bathroom or wherever it might be, so that it's there. It's reminding them to use their oils daily. Now, I have here a QR code for you guys, and it's not affiliated at all, but just simply a Amazon Rewards gift option list. So these are some of my favorites that I love to send out to my customers. Like I said, they enrolled, and these are some gifts that I love to offer when they place their first 100 PV order. This is a great way to help give back to your customers for their orders. Community and belonging is so important. Everyone is looking for a place to belong, a community to connect with. And when we offer them the connection, the encouragement, even accountability, it turns their wellness journey into a shared journey, not something that they have to feel like they're doing. It's not a solo effort. Um, and so this is where having private groups, whether you do it on Facebook or on WhatsApp, Telegram, wherever you are, gives them a safe space where they can ask questions. You can give protocols on how to, face different health concerns. People can share their wins and testimonies. One thing that we love doing in our customer group is just spotlights of the month, whether it's one product or a product line, but having them share testimonies on those specific products. Oftentimes, for instance, during December, when we have the 200 PV promo for the free frankincense, we make the whole month about frankincense, sharing testimonies, sharing recipes, sharing about the oil and how it has helped so many people. Another fun thing you can do in your customer groups is you can run challenges or just run a series of education, such as a diffuser blend series, or one of my downline has recently done a cleaning series, different recipes on how to use them in your cleaning. Maybe you want to do a challenge and challenging everyone to do their consistent 2-minute morning routine using their foundational wellness products. Maybe it's a hydration challenge, whatever it is. It's a great way that you can engage with your customers and also share value on each of the products that we have. No matter what you do in your customer groups, or no matter how you fill up your calendar with contacting your customers, it's always good to keep it fresh and fun. And whatever that might look like for you, make sure that you're sharing maybe the monthly promotions in a way that's relevant to them. If your customers are all athletes and runners, probably sharing a recipe for moms and toddlers is not applicable. Maybe it's the other way around, but make sure that you are sharing things that are applicable to your customers, ways that it makes sense for them to use the oils and products. I love to continually drop tips and like little hints throughout the month of how they can use their refer a friend link. Also, making sure that everyone knows time and time again about the pathway to 500. We've all heard how it takes multiple touches for people to get started with products, right? Maybe I'm not even sure what it is now. Maybe it's up to 10 touches, 10 invitations, 10 times that they're using the products. So keep that in mind when you're also use that same analogy for inviting people into the business. Just because they said no doesn't mean that it's a no forever. It's a no for right now. Keep dropping those hints, keep telling them about it and sharing stories about it, and they will come around, and maybe the time is not now, but maybe it's later. And along with this, I think it's so important to show how oils fit into daily life. Make sure that you're not only showing up in your groups for a sales pitch or for, hey, this promotion or hey, this is on sale. Make sure that you're showing up in ways that you authentically use and love the products so that you can help them see how it's a daily routine. It's not just your sales pitch. I want to end with leaving you guys with this quote that retention is your presence, not your pressure. And it's really important that they see you showing up daily because when people feel supported, seen, and empowered, they stay in your community. They will continue to order, they will share, and often those sharers will grow into leaders themselves. So take everything that you guys learned from Seth, Tatiana, Bailey, fill up your calendar and show up, stay consistent, and lead with a heart because that is truly what makes the biggest difference in your business.
Thank you, Michelle. We were
you.
we were trying to find our microphone without with the notes. Thank you so much, Michelle, for all of this.
Oh my God, we all
Love
want
the comments as well.
we all want that loyal customer that stays with us for the rest of our lives. I will be for a forever doTERRA customer.
Oh,
Forever.
absolutely. And this is an important thing when people, let's say that some people stop building their business, they always stay loyal. So this is just a
Sorry.
no-brainer. We all need the oils and we all need doTERRA's product, and I think forever. And
So guys, we were around 800 people through the 2 hours.
more than that, I think it was like around 850.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. Sorry.
Well, we had an incredible 2 hours. We learned how to share the foundational wellness, simple